Hi, welcome to Past Left Drafts. We're here today with just a few days to go until the Kaldheim release, and I absolutely can't wait to get drafting. It looks like a fantastic set, and one of my favourite ways to prepare for this is to crack a couple of packs on Draft Simulator and look at the pack one, pick ones. I think there's some really good discussions you have, and it gives you a good feel for what the set does. So I've got a few coming up in a moment. Before we start though, if you could subscribe to the channel, I would really appreciate it. We've only got about 65 subscribers. It's not like one of these channels which has hundreds and thousands of subscribers, so every single one means a lot to me right now. So if you can do that, that's great. If not, join in for the conversation and let us know what you think of the video and of the picks. First up, we've got this interesting pack here. Spicy little rare. I think it's a really fun build around. I would take it in a draft, especially if it's a friendly draft, but I don't think it's the pick to win the pack. You'll notice there's lots of two-colour uncommons in here, and this is a theme you'll see through all these packs because you have effectively 3 gold uncommons for each colour pair. You've got one creature or spell, you've got one saga, and then you've got one land as well for each colour pair. So there is a whole ton of gold cards in each colour. I don't know how high I'm picking gold uncommons here. I think it'll probably be higher than a normal set because so many of these uncommons are, and there's a few rares like this which don't really come down as a huge bomb. Really strong cards, but there's potentially stronger commons and uncommons around, so I'll have to kind of use that to use my view of this format as it develops to see how that goes. In the commons, Masked Vandal is an absolutely solid 2-drop. It's a 1/3 for 2, which is fine already. It's got changelings, so it fits in with any tribal synergies that you might need. And it also destroys an artifact or an enchantment. So I think there's enough things going on here with this to be a pickable card, but I don't think it is my pick. Sorrel's Packmate is a decent rate. If 4 mana 3/3 draws you a card, that's really solid in draft. And I think, it's got the added benefit of being able to foretell it. My pick though is Iron Verdict. It's a fantastic removal spell. It'll take out most things in the format. It's got that foretell, so you can only leave 1 white mana up if you really want to, or you can just cast it for 3. It's not like the white spells that we've seen in the past where it destroys target creature at sorcery speed, so you've got to wait to be attacked. They can attack you, and you can cast it before it hits you, so it's a big step up compared to the normal spells that we see here. The next pack that we've got is a really spicy rare. This one's generated a lot of conversations in Constructed, but I don't think it's going to do very much in Limited. It costs green. There's a bit of a restriction there. It'll probably go in any green deck, don't get us wrong. It seems fine, but I don't think it's broken. You'll get those games where somebody goes absolutely off with it, gets spell after spell after spell for free, but I don't think I think there's too many restrictions on there. It's a cool card though, and I like the way it's been designed. There's more 2-colour uncommons. Again, they're all strong cards. There's lots of strong things going on. You got the Braggart, which is a good body with a cheap activation there, and I think that's really good. Struggle for Skemfar is solid removal. We've seen fight spells like this in the past, which have been really good. This one's got Foretell tacked on as well, which is nice. And then we've got King Harald's Revenge, which is a sorcery. I think the sorcery is the part that holds it back here. So I think here my choice would be Struggle for Skemfar. Like I say, the removal spells seem really good. There's an interesting thing in this set. There's not as many creatures as you would normally see. The 10 lands at uncommon probably going into that, as well as the sagas. And it does seem like there's a lot of good removal spells at common, which are probably taking up some of those creature slots. So it'll be interesting to see how it works out. Maybe removal isn't as needed as ever, but removal is always going to be good, especially good removal like this. Pack 3, fairly uninteresting rare, Search for Glory. It's just a cheater with upside. I don't think anybody's really ever going to be first picking this unless they're going for the set completion on Arena. Again, all the uncommons are absolutely solid. Starnheim is essentially a free card, and it's the first one of these lands that we've seen, but it depends on the speed of the format as to how good these are going to be. If it's a slower format, then I think they're going to be absolutely fantastic, but are the Boast decks with the aggro going to get through? I've been trying to think about it. I really don't know, but I think Starnheim is probably the best of the uncommons here. Binding of the Old Gods is a good removal spell with some upside. I think the green-black is an alright colour pair. You got a couple of good things in Chapter 2 and Chapter 3, but you're really looking for it for that 4-mana removal spell. Invasion of the Giants, it is similar to the other two uncommons actually. You've got the it's similar to Binding of the Gods because you've got the removal spell in there as well, but I think it just needs a few more things to happen for it to work. So here I'm going to go for the Kaldheim. It's the land, it's essentially a free card in your deck, and I think it is probably the pick out of all of these. There's not really much going on at common, although there's a couple of options that you could go for. For our final pack of this video, we've got Rally the Ranks, which is a playable rare. It's probably the most playable out of 4 that we've seen so far. But it's definitely not a bomb. I think 2 mana is a really good rate for it, but you've got to have the creature types to go along with it. Again, good on commons. I think the best one out of these is Kaldheim's Vicious Return. It is removal, and then you get whatever the biggest creature in your graveyard is. You can even discard a creature that you can't cast, which I think is really, really, really solid. But a shout out needs to go to Demon Bolt. Probably the best common in the set. Again, amazing removal. Instant speed, kills almost anything in the format, and it's got foretell, loads of stuff going on. But I think Kaldheim's Vicious Return, although it's a gold card, just pips it out a little bit. It's got the removal on there, and then you can also get back a really, really big creature. I think it's just absolutely solid. You've got a discard, you've got a discard as well, which kind of sucks, but you can make that to your advantage by discarding the card that you want to get back for free. So, interesting packs here. What do you think about my picks? Would you have picked differently? I know some of the pictures are a bit blurry. I think that's just Draft Sim, and important that the pictures from Draft Sim, so apologies about that. If you want to see our roundup of instant speed tricks that you can make, there's a link to the video up top. Like I say, subscribe, comment, like, all the YouTube stuff. I'd love it, love it, love it if I can get a bit more action going on here. And I hope to see you again for the next videos with the very first drafts I'm doing on the format. Thanks. Bye.